Coronation Street's Asha Allahan will find herself quizzed by her boss as she is caught up in a lie. The trainee paramedic will soon have a rough week in Weatherfield, with Monday's, the 25th of August, special episode depicting the various challenges she faces at work. The following installment will see a traumatized Asha head to the Rovers to drown her sorrows, with the figure confiding in Lisa Swain about the racist abuse she had suffered during her shift. Following her drinking session, Fridays, the 29th of August, we'll see a hungover Asha call in sick for work, though her father Dev doesn't buy her excuse. She snaps at him, and also fails to drum up enthusiasm for Summer's birthday. Asha later heads to the Rovers, where she runs into Sienna, who quizzes her about calling in sick. She admits to having lied in order to miss her shift, though will she tell her boss about what's really going on? The ITV soap has been collaborating with the ambulance staff charity, Task, on Asha's storyline, with well-being support team manager Angie Crashley explaining that they wanted to reflect the real-life experiences and challenges faced by student paramedics. Storylines like this play a vital role in raising awareness and breaking down stigma around the pressures ambulance staff can face, especially those who are just starting their careers. We're proud to have contributed to a storyline that highlights both the importance of support and the strength of those working on the front line. It was important to us that this story was portrayed with sensitivity and accuracy. Tanisha Gori, who portrays Asha, has reflected on the scale and significance of the storyline, saying, "Stepping into the shoes of a trainee paramedic and exploring the highs, lows and emotional challenges of their work has been both moving and eye-opening. It's a role that carries a huge responsibility, and I hope we've done justice to the reality so many face. If this story reaches even one person, sparks a conversation, or offers a moment of understanding, then it's served its purpose." Coronation Street heartbreak as Asha Allahan spirals into lies and trauma. Coronation Street is preparing to put one of Weatherfield's most beloved young characters through one of the most challenging storylines of the year. Asha Allahan, daughter of Dev and twin sister to Adi, has been on a journey of growth and self-discovery for several years, but now, as she takes her first steps into a medical career, she finds herself pushed to the breaking point. In upcoming episodes, viewers will see Asha's bright future overshadowed by racism, pressure, and the crushing weight of expectations. What begins as a promising week for the trainee paramedic quickly unravels into a downward spiral of trauma, lies, and desperate attempts to cope. The soap's collaboration with the ambulance staff charity, Task, ensures that Asha's ordeal is grounded in real-world struggles, making this storyline not only emotional for fans but also an important piece of awareness-raising television. Asha's big step forward. When Asha decided to pursue a career in healthcare, it was seen as a moment of triumph for the Allahan family. After years of painful storylines, from online exploitation to the heartbreak of failed romances, Asha's determination to make a difference felt like a new chapter. Dev, ever the proud father, has long hoped his children would succeed beyond the confines of the corner shop. With Adi struggling to find direction, Asha's acceptance as a trainee paramedic gave Dev something to cling to. Proof that his sacrifices had been worth it. But as many Corey fans know, Weatherfield has a way of testing even the most promising beginnings. And for Asha, her dream job quickly becomes a nightmare. The reality of the job. In Monday's, the 25th of August, special episode, the audience will be given a rare glimpse into the daily challenges faced by trainee paramedics. Asha's shift becomes a baptism of fire, exposing her not only to the physical demands of the role but also to the darker realities of public service. During one harrowing incident, Asha is subjected to racist abuse, a vile attack that leaves her shaken to her core. For a character who has previously battled insecurity about her identity, appearance, and cultural background, the incident is especially cruel. Tanisha Gori, who plays Asha, has spoken openly about the importance of portraying this experience with honesty, stepping into the shoes of a trainee paramedic and exploring the highs, lows and emotional challenges of their work has been both moving and eye-opening. It's a role that carries a huge responsibility, and I hope we've done justice to the reality so many face. The scene, informed by TASC's real-life case studies, is expected to resonate deeply with viewers, shining a light on the abuse that frontline staff endure on a daily basis. Seeking solace in the Rovers. Following her traumatic shift, Asha does what so many in Weatherfield do when life becomes overwhelming. She heads to the Rovers. There, she finds Lisa Swain, a surprising confidant, who offers her the chance to talk openly about what she endured. The choice of Lisa is a clever one. As a police officer, Lisa represents authority, responsibility, and resilience, qualities that mirror the pressure Asha feels in her own career. Their quiet conversation over drinks underscores just how lost Asha feels, and how desperate she is for someone to understand. But instead of finding clarity, Asha drowns her sorrows. The following morning, the consequences of her drinking catch up with her. Friday fallout. The lie. By Friday, the 29th of August, Asha wakes with a pounding hangover and the crushing realization that she cannot face another shift. In a moment of panic, she calls in sick, a decision that sets in motion a dangerous spiral of deceit. Dev, ever vigilant, immediately questions her excuse. His fatherly instinct tells him that something is wrong, but Asha, cornered and ashamed, snaps at him. The tension between them escalates further when she fails to muster enthusiasm for Summer's birthday, a seemingly small moment that highlights just how fragile Asha's emotional state has become. Later, in yet another fateful visit to the Rovers, Asha encounters Sienna, a colleague who innocently quizzes her about her sick day. Caught off guard, Asha blurts out the truth: she lied. She simply couldn't bring herself to face work after everything she'd been through. The admission raises a chilling question: will Asha also tell her boss the truth about what's really going on? Or will her silence leave her vulnerable to even greater scrutiny? The weight of stigma. One of the most powerful aspects of this storyline is its focus on stigma. Asha is not just a young woman coping with trauma, she is also a trainee in a high-pressure environment where admitting weakness feels impossible. Well-being support team manager Angie Crashley, from Task, explained why stories like Asha's matter. Storylines like this play a vital role in raising awareness and breaking down stigma around the pressures ambulance staff can face, especially those who are just starting their careers. We're proud to have contributed to a storyline that highlights both the importance of support and the strength of those working on the front line. For Asha, the fear of being judged, labeled, or deemed unfit weighs heavier than the trauma itself. Her lie about being sick may seem small, but it represents a desperate attempt to protect herself from scrutiny in a system that often demands silence. Dev's perspective. For longtime fans, Dev's role in this storyline is especially poignant. The proud, sometimes overbearing shopkeeper has always placed his children at the center of his world. From his fierce defense of Asha during her revenge porn ordeal to his comic but heartfelt attempts to guide Adi, Dev has often been the heart of the Alahan family storylines. Now, as Asha stumbles, Dev finds himself in an agonizing position. He senses something is wrong, but his daughter's defensiveness keeps him at bay. His worry, coupled with frustration, is bound to escalate, and in classic Coronation Street fashion, could lead to explosive confrontations. For Dev, the challenge will be learning how to support Asha without pushing her away, no easy task for a man whose protective instincts often cross into smothering. Asha's emotional history. This storyline also resonates because of Asha's history. From her early struggles with self-esteem, to her traumatic experience with online exploitation, to her complicated relationships with Nina, Corey, and Adi, Asha has been through more than most her age. Each of those experiences has shaped her into someone who craves strength and control but often feels undermined by forces beyond her control. Her decision to become a paramedic was not just a career choice, it was a declaration of resilience. To see that confidence shaken so quickly is heartbreaking, but also deeply believable. The future. Can Asha recover? Looking ahead, the big question is whether Asha will open up about her struggles before it's too late. Will she tell her boss about the racist abuse she endured, and admit that her sick day was a symptom of trauma rather than laziness? Or will her lies spiral until her career, and her mental health, are put at even greater risk? For fans, the prospect of Asha confiding in Dev, Adi, or even Nina could provide powerful emotional scenes. Coronation Street has always excelled at intergenerational storytelling, and this plot is ripe for moments of family truth-telling and reconciliation. But there is also the looming question of consequences. If Asha's boss learns she lied, could her place in the training program be jeopardized? Could one mistake undo her dream before it even begins? Why this storyline matters. Coronation Street has a long history of using its platform to tell socially relevant stories. By collaborating with Task, the soap ensures that Asha's struggle is not just another fictional twist, but a reflection of real challenges faced by ambulance staff every day. For viewers, the storyline serves as both entertainment and education, sparking conversations about racism, workplace trauma, and the importance of mental health support. For younger audiences, it also highlights the immense pressures placed on those entering frontline careers. Tanisha Gori summed it up perfectly when she said, "If this story reaches even one person, sparks a conversation, or offers a moment of understanding, then it's served its purpose." Final thoughts. Asha Alahan's storyline marks one of the most significant moments in Coronation Street's recent history. It blends the personal with the political, the emotional with the practical, and the fictional with the real. For Asha, the journey ahead is fraught with pain, but also opportunity. If she can find the courage to speak her truth, whether to her family, her colleagues, or her boss, she may yet turn her ordeal into a story of resilience and growth. If not, she risks losing everything she has worked so hard for. As Weatherfield watches her stumble, fall, and hopefully rise again, one thing is clear. This is not just Asha's fight. It is a reflection of the battles fought by countless frontline workers across the UK. And thanks to Coronation Street's fearless storytelling, those voices are finally being heard.